What's going on, everybody? It's the man himself back at it again with yet another video, and like I said, we got a bit to cover from the Book of Bill, and today's an interesting topic. We were always given glimpses and details of the demon's powers and weaknesses, but now that we have the book, it's safe to say that we have confirmation about our little investigations over the years. And so, as always, before we deep dive into this, let's roll that intro. One aspect of Bill Cipher was his ability to spy on others by the usage of having symbols engraved in his image, including of course the image of a dollar bill, for example. Bill even describes this as a means of allowing him to have a direct peephole, and that not only does he have access to spy, but apparently the more symbols of him that are engraved, the more his powers begin to flourish and increase. And the part that I'm certain quite a few people are excited about hearing of is his powers, which allegedly, according to Bill himself, is far from few. He starts off with explaining that he apparently has eaten gods, fear itself, which he describes to taste like the entire menu of the Cheesecake Factory. And now, I personally have never been to the Cheesecake Factory, however, I checked out their menu and it looks pretty appetizing to say the least, so if there's something I'm missing, let me know. I want to get the joke, to be honest. Anyways, there's a section a little further down about Cipher joking of the idea of the book supposedly reading your mind, and that's about it. Which concludes that Bill more than likely can't exactly read anyone's mind, that is, unless you allow him to. Just like if you were to grant him permission to use your body as a living puppet. But in speaking of possession, he then mentions the fact that he has the power to possess anything that has neurons within it, meaning that practically any creature that has this significant nerve cell included within its body structure can be in his control. A testament to how Bill Cipher was capable of occupying the bodies of literal dead corpses and rats, as revealed from inside the Book of Bill itself. The following power he mentions is his capability of being able to see into the future to a certain degree, and much like Doctor Strange, he can only see into the almost darn near infinite spectrum of possibilities of what the future may hold. As Bill himself admits that the future always can change depending on the circumstances, which kind of brings a deeper meaning into what Bill predicts will happen to Ford once he turns 92. You see, because there's no guarantee that Ford will actually die of natural causes, but it's a gamble of a possibility as long as certain string of events remain in line with one another. The next one is mighty devious if you ask me, now that we know of his past history between him and his home dimension. And that's to do with what Bill says in his statement about his power of pyrokinesis, meaning his power of using fire. Also, small detail, but did they mean to purposefully misspell the word pyrokinesis with an E in the middle? Cause that's not the proper way to spell it. Bill explains how he evidently used to be bullied by others in a grade school for his power, to which I say, I would be best friends with that guy, because why would I literally become enemies with the guy who can control the intensity of flames with his mind? He then proceeds on to say, but where are they now, huh? Where are they now? Referring to when he ruthlessly burned down his own world, with them obviously on it, I'm guessing, but I mean, dang. The last two are pretty much jokes, but I'll mention them anyways. He mentions that he looks good in a suit and a tie as a power apparently, and having a geometric perfection according to himself. Because he's totally not in hypotenuse, am I right? I thought it was funny. Oh, but what would this video be if we hadn't mentioned his list of weaknesses laid out to us on a silver platter? That's not, of course, without him blatantly ripping out a particular portion of that very same page to block out his other weaknesses, but we'll still discuss what we were able to get from this page despite most of it being blocked off. According to Bill, the list of weaknesses is comprised of synthesized music, the metal aluminum, with Cipher describing Ford's metal implant as dramatic, McGucket's memory ray gun, no physical form, I think, to which I can only assume means that he doesn't have a vessel to possess or take control of in any way, leaving him helplessly trapped. And the fifth one is most likely the quantum destabilizer, mentioned not only within Ford's journal entry, but inside of the show itself as well. And as we know, it clearly took a toll on Bill Cipher despite his regenerative abilities stating otherwise, because if it hadn't been for Ford becoming distracted and missing the center of Bill, perhaps things would have turned out differently. But lastly, let's dissect the phrase quantum destabilizer a bit. The word quantum meaning many or a multiple or abundant, all while destabilization is the action of breaking something down in a way or making it, you guessed it, unstable, or to diminish. And I believe this was done on purpose, considering the fact that this would mean that for its intentions were to break down every bit and piece of Bill's Cipher in order to ensure that he doesn't have the opportunity to regain his physical self. And if you know anything about characters in film or even shows that possess the ability to regenerate, you at times have to break them down into dust particles before you can officially call them off, of all people, defeated. And well, with all that being said, it was short but fascinating of a video to say the least. I hope that you all enjoyed my overview of Bill Cipher's many strengths and weaknesses, and perhaps there's more to Bill than what meets the eye in the future. This has been The Next Big Thing, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. Peace!